Hello, everyone. It is February 2nd, 2017, and we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you feel stuck. And this is my sweet sister, Sarah, and she is married to, she wrote up a little bio for me to read.
I didn't write it for her to read. I said, here's bullet points in case you forget who I am.
She's married to a very tall, hot man named Matt.
I added that part.
Who is a huge part of their business. Sorry, I didn't say that she, well, you guys all know because I already told you, but she does doTERRA, and that's essential oils if you guys don't know. She is mama to 3 crazy girls, 12, 7, and 4. And she hit the highest rank, well, you both did, you and Matt, hit the highest rank in doTERRA, which is presidential, in 22 months, which is like the fastest, I mean, right? Other people, yeah, crazy. Less than 1% hit that rank. And then they have 18,000 people on their team, and there are 12 six-figure earners on their team. So she's pretty awesome. And I learn a lot from her. She's like, no, you need to stop doing that. No, you need to say this. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
It's good.
It is good. So she is going to share her wisdom with us tonight, and I'm so excited about this topic because I feel like we're at the beginning of a new year, and it's going to be a really awesome year for all of you, and this is just going to be a great way for you to assess where you're at and assess kind of what's holding you back, possibly. So I'll just let you talk.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I inspire her, and she inspires me as well.
I try to get her to work out with me, but
I do when she asks me. If she doesn't, I'm like, well, I guess today's not meant to be because she just didn't ask me today. No, I'm ever inspired by Laura and Dan, by their awesome dedication to what they love to do and to their team. That's all good. All right, I'm gonna take control now.
okay.
I'm like, I should wipe my mascara off. It's been like, I've been at the pool. We've been having a good day. All right, let me move you around the screen here. One of my very favorite things to talk about is this topic, and I spend most of my time now that I'm at the rank that I'm at. I do basically, my job is life coaching. It's basically helping people get unstuck. That's what I do the best, and so I really enjoy that, and I do lots of research around that, and it's my very most fun thing. Okay. So the reason why I titled this call 5 Reasons Why You Feel Stuck is because feeling, or like being stuck, is a feeling, okay? It's not a truth. It's a feeling, but you're not stuck. You're not stuck at all. You're actually just whatever you say you are is what you are. So if you keep saying, oh, I'm so stuck right now in my business, and it's just a really hard season for me, and oh, this month is just really slow with Beachbody, like whatever you're saying out of your mouth is what's going to come to be. And there's a zillion studies on this and about neuroplasticity and how we create our own grooves in our brain by what we continually think about and focus on. If you guys are interested in that kind of sciencey stuff, definitely check out John Assaraf. He's on Facebook, like all over, but he's got a lot of free webinars. And you know how sometimes webinars are like, watch my webinar, and the whole thing is just buy this, buy this. He actually has really good content that's just free. So go check him out. It's like ASS, like ass. ARAF, like Asaraf. Okay. Well, that's just a little side note, but I like his stuff. And I like anything around that. So instead of saying all of that junk out of your mouth, so I want you guys to be really, like, one of the homeworks from this call is going to be really paying attention to the language that comes out of your mouth. And even your head talk, what's going on up here quietly all day, like a on repeat. It's just replaying. You're not good enough at this. You don't know enough people. You didn't work out today. You're horrible. Like, you know, all of those voices in your head that just replay, like, pay attention to those. Pay attention. And we'll talk about that more in a minute. But if you go into every single day of your life expecting a miracle, like today is going to be the best day of my life. And it's so cliche, you guys, but it's true. If you wake up like that and you think, oh my gosh, how many people can I impact today? Who, is going to come across my path that needs what I have to offer? And you're doing everything that we're going to talk about in this call. There's no way that you guys can stay in that stinking mindset of, the negative that's coming out your mouth and that's holding you in that stuck spot. And there's just no way that you guys are going to be able to play small anymore. Okay. Our feelings drive our thoughts, which drive our behaviors. Okay. I'm going to repeat that. Our feelings drive our thoughts, which drive our behaviors. So if we can master what's going on in our brain, in our head, we can get a different outcome. Have any of you guys watched, I know Laura just watched it, so she probably has been ranting about,
I haven't yet, but I was going to talk about it.
I'll just tell you right now. I Am Not Your Guru by Tony Robbins. Okay, anybody watched it yet? Documentary? Raise your hand. Holy cats, you guys are about to have your world's top blown off. Like it's, if you have kids or oversensitive mothers, put some earbuds in.
I tried to watch it with my mom and she got a little offended.
No, and here's the thing. Tony has some spicy language, but he does it for a purpose. And if you listen, don't just immediately be like, oh my gosh, she said another word. He does it to shake people out of to shake them and to switch their brain connections. Like there's a whole purpose behind why he uses it. It's definitely for a purpose. So just get ready for that. But I'm telling you guys, like I've started jokingly telling my people that I won't coach them if they haven't watched the documentary. So it's that good. It's that good. And all of the people on my team, like she said, I have 12 six-figure earners, like every single one of them have watched that and implemented like similar things into their business and just the way that he talks about mindset. Okay. You may not even know, like some of these things that I'm talking about, you're like, I'm fine. I don't know. Something's holding me back, but you don't even know what that limiting belief is quite yet. You just know that you've been trying really hard and it's not working right now. Right? You've been trying to do what Laura and Dan are saying and it's not working. There's so many limiting beliefs and feelings that we have that come up throughout the day that are rooted in past childhood experiences. And a lot of what I do with my team is like not even related to network marketing. If you really would look at it that way, it's related to healing their past and healing childhood things that like they were constantly made fun of. Their parents told them if they didn't do this, they'd never be successful. Like things, voices from people in your past, in your childhood are really strong and you might not even know that they're in there. So like just a little example would be something like when you're a child and your parents tell you not to talk to strangers and, stranger danger, watch out, beware. And, fast forward, you're still carrying this little mantra in your head and you're a little bit fearful of strangers. Well, it's not helpful for you in a network marketing business. Okay. It's not serving you anymore. So you can release it and you can talk to all the strangers you want. You're going to be much more successful. You might be thinking, that's so silly, Sarah. Like, of course I can talk to strangers. But a lot of times those limiting beliefs are so buried that you don't even know that they're there. Okay. So when you do like, and I'll give you guys some books at the end, remind me to do that, that like you'll read something and it'll just light bulbs will go on. You'll be like, oh my gosh, first grade, remember when that girl hated me and she like pushed me off the swings and I was like forever scarred and then she never played with me again and then oh my gosh, that's why I'm not successful. Yeah, so I'm telling you, I've watched it happen. It's really good. But just being really aware that a lot of stuff that you guys are struggling with, you might not even be able to put your finger on it quite yet, but you will. The more layers of the onion that you peel back of yourself, the more you're going to realize, oh my gosh, wow, yeah, I didn't know that, and now I do, and now I can figure out the root. Like so many of our things, like if you really have trouble with rejection, the root of that, where that comes from, is very deep, and it's so deep that like to pull it up would even be painful. But when you go through that and you figure out why it's there, once you pull up one root, it's gone, and that's usually attached to like a huge tree. of problems in your life. Like that's a big one. Control is another big one. Fear, rejection, all of those, right? But those are all really deep roots that blossom into all kinds of wonderful, not wonderful things. Let's see here. So my team works with a specific coach. Actually, they work with several coaches, but one that I started having my, like we call them in doTERRA, our frontline leaders. What would do you have that term? And I don't know. It's like, it's the leaders that I enrolled that I work mostly with, probably similar to like this team. And we started working with this coach, and her name is Jen Folson. And she focuses a lot on affirmations. And after you're healing yourself of those things and finding those things, she gives a lot of affirmations to just help you spark the positive and let go of the negative. And I'm going to read, I went back through some of the calls that I've done with her, and we worked with her for almost 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in May, I think. And every single week we do like an hour-long call with her. And here are some of the affirmations that she's given us over this time. Now I want you guys to listen to these, and I'm going to have Laura send these to you like with the recording or put them in the group. So don't worry about writing them down, but I want you guys to really just in your heart, which one just kind of is like a hot poker, like, oh, that's a good one, or oh, I really resonate with that one. And that may give you some like an evidence of where you should focus. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I am an excellent communicator. I am comfortable speaking in any social situation. I'm comfortable with what comes out of my mouth. My business is profitable. I am connected to my team. It's okay to be in the business of making money. It's safe for me to upgrade my life. My business attracts leaders. My business experience is easy, fun, and joyful. The perfect opportunities come at the perfect time. I deserve success. I reclaim my power and allow everything to change. I give my attention to love, success, joy, abundance, peace, healing, and gratitude. There is time and space for everything, and I let go of the fear of success. I let go of the fear of others' expectations, and I give myself permission to let go of the struggle. Good stuff, huh? So those are all things like at the end of our calls with her, she would give us different things based on what we had shared that we were, going through that week. That last one is a huge one for me, that once you start peeling back your layers and you start healing these things in your life, you start to like notice in other people, you kind of start like diagnosing. You're like, oh, I remember when I had that, like, and you'll find, you guys, like a lot of people, especially those that are attracted to network marketing, and I say attracted, but then never follow through, right? They're like, I want to do this as a business. I see you love it. It's fun. They're addicted to the struggle. They're just addicted to it. It's all they've known is the 3 jobs, the burnout, the if it's not hard, it's not success. It's really hard to let go of those. It's very deep rooted in childhood, right? Usually from parents or grandparents that were struggling a lot, right? So that last one, I give myself permission to let go of the struggle. If you feel like that's something that you're like, oh, that's me all the way, that might be something that you want to write down and put on your mirror and read it every day, right? All right, so when she posts those, I want you guys to pick out a few and write them down. I love sticky notes, okay? Sticky notes everywhere, rainbow colors even better. Like put them all over the place, put those affirmations everywhere. And I like even just more than, affirmations are wonderful. They're great. I also love writing things down like, I'm so happy and grateful that, ... Okay, and that's another really good phrase. Let me give you a little secret tip from one of the life coaches that I work with. It's a way to reroute your brain pathways into something that you want. It's actually more powerful than just repeating an affirmation in the mirror. Like, I am successful. I am successful. I am not afraid of people. You know, that it just doesn't work as well as doing this exercise. Okay, it's called the opposite hand exercise. And what you want to do is every single day, you're going to write 3 times in the morning. And if you can do it 3 times a day, that's the perfect amount, right? Like in the morning, midday, and before you go to bed. You're going to write a phrase, I am so happy and grateful that, and then you're going to, anything you want in your life. It could be like that I am making $1,000 a month with Beachbody. I'm so happy and grateful that my marriage is so strong. I'm so happy and grateful that we are going to, you know, you name tropical island next summer, whatever, next winter. Okay, write it. But here's the kicker. You write it back. You write it with your opposite hand. So not backwards, but you write it with your opposite hand. So if you're left-handed, you write it with your right hand and you write it 3 times. And you're physically rewiring your brain by doing that. And she's telling me that they've had amazing, I just got this exercise from her, so I don't have any like results yet, but she said within days sometimes you will see things coming about in your life. Okay, so that'll be a fun experience. I know, it's so fun. Ooh, the other part is I'll have to tell you, there's like, you know, with essential oils, there's an emotional aspect to them as well, so they can also help, like they kind of work like acupuncture points on your body. So there's also oils that you can use if you guys are into oils. It's like Douglas fir on the back of your neck and like eucalyptus on your forehead. So I'm excited to start doing that. All right. Okay. I'm like, oh, I haven't even gotten to my 5 reasons. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. I get excited. I'm like, oh, let's talk about that. Remember that opposite hand exercise? I got to tell them that. Okay. But I'm gonna blow through these. Okay, number 1, here's the reasons why you're feeling stuck. Okay, number 1, you're playing it safe. You're playing it safe. Playing it safe usually translates into, oh, I don't want to be salesy, so I'm just gonna wait for conversations to develop organically and naturally. Doesn't that sound awesome? Just to let it happen, so easy, right? I get that a lot. I just want my conversations to be organic. I'm like, what does that even mean? This isn't a carrot. Like, I just want you to talk to people, okay? But here's the thing. If someone has been praying for a solution, you're the answer. You're the answer, right? So you do have to like trust your intuition and be in tune with that and just talk to all the people. And you know, you might be like too scared to take that first step in the conversation. You're too nervous to reach out and invite people to your groups or talk about the coaching opportunity because you're scared of being pushy, right? Has anyone ever on this screen ever felt that at any time, even on your first day, right? Like that's, it's an emotion that is totally going to come up. And then you put yourself in your little safe bubble, because if you just stay inside where it's comfortable, yay, then you don't have to do anything scary, right? But, you know, this looks like a really nice group of people. None of them look pushy, right? You're not pushy. You're not salesy. You're cute. You're adorable. I would like talk to every one of you on the street. And that's what you have to remind, right? You need to remind yourself that you are being bold in love. Bold in love. Sometimes with my team, I call it aggressively friendly, right? Aggressively friendly. Like, I'm going to be your friend now. We're going to work out. And so you're not being pushy. You're being bold in love, and you're actually stuck because you're not being bold enough. Hey, you guys all know people in your life that need this, but you don't want them to think you're trying to sell them something. You know that they need it. Okay, if you know that they need it, you're not selling something. First of all, you know that they need it. So you don't want to do it because you think you're trying to sell them something, but you are selling something, right? You are. Get over it. You're in sales. That's what network marketing is. It's sales, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is. If you fully embrace that you are in a sales job and you learn everything you can about sales, like if you're not reading books about sales, and like I'm unashamed about that because I'm helping people. And so that's what I do. I'm in sales, and it's great. And you're actually selling not just the products and like, you know, your groups and whatever. You're selling happiness, and you're selling true wellness and a vibrant, changed life. Okay? So embrace that and stop telling yourself the lie of, oh, they're going to think I'm too pushy. Like, so what? If they think you're too pushy, they'll just say no. And no means what? Not now. Not now, but probably later. So in our case, really with network marketing, and I've talked with Dan and Laura about this before, is that our markets are really similar. Like doTERRA and Beachbody are similar in that they are radically life-changing companies, right? Like we help people completely change their health, and so do you. And so knowing that, selling someone equals helping someone. Selling is serving. Selling is serving, okay? So write that down. So the next time you guys want to play it safe, say out loud, when I'm in service, I'm never nervous. When I'm in service, I'm never nervous. So you're standing there and you know you're supposed to talk to this person about it, and oh my gosh, they would benefit from it so much, and but I don't know, they seem like they don't have enough money right now, right? All the little prejudgy things that we do in our mind. It's not your job to prejudge. It's just your job to just open that first door and to see if they're interested, right? When you're in service, you're never nervous. There's a book called Being the Starfish. It's a network marketing book that's kind of like has a doTERRA specific bent, but in it, Neil Anderson says, your job is not to sell people. Your job is to make a list and then cross people off one by one. Some people are going to join your group. Some will not. Some people will procrastinate accepting your invite. Some will say they're interested but never respond. Ever had that happen? Every one of us, right? Everyone. It happens. Like, get over it. It's no big deal. That is exactly the business that we're in. It's what we do. We knock on the door and see if someone responds. And you've probably heard the phrase, some will, some won't, so what? Someone's waiting, right? SW, 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 SW. Some will, some won't, so what? Someone's waiting. And the people that are waiting are the ones that you are out there knocking on the door to find. And the visual of knocking on a door to see if they open it, that's like the initial conversation that you're going to have with someone. If they don't open the door further, then you don't have to continue on with that. You know that it's a not now. And so many people get too far ahead of themselves, and they get way to the sale and they're already like, oh my gosh, they're not going to buy, so I'm not even going to tell them about it. But you just have to get to that very first door. Just knock on the door and see if they're interested. Number two is that you're not working enough on the right things. This is a business, okay? And if you're serious, you can't treat it like a hobby. You're not going to get, true business income from treating it like a hobby. When you work your business, you need to be doing those income producing activities. Every company has like a little different phrase that they like to use. I like that, the income producing activities, the IPAs. So for you guys, that includes everything you do in your power hour, adding 3 to 5 new friends, getting to know them, reconnecting with 3 to 5 current friends, inviting 3 to 5 people a day to your next accountability group, and then adding people to your team every single month, okay? All of those things, those are income producing activities for you guys because they lead to what? They lead to income, right? That's easy. Posting on social media, growing yourself with personal development, and being a product of the product, those are also important. And they produce income kind of more indirectly, right? It's all like a funnel that's gonna flow into your income. If you truly break down what you're doing in your work hours, which I highly encourage you guys to time block. And if you have kids, which I see, we have at least one with children, right? I'm assuming lots of you do, is that you're going to find that if you try to drip Beachbody throughout your day, drip, like constantly, you'll find yourself feeling a little bit more burned out. And so I like to have at least some time where I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do very specific activities for a short amount of time. It might be 30 minutes, it might be for an hour, but I'm doing all my follow-ups, boom, 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 boom. I don't turn on my social media, or not social media, but the notifications, so that I'm not constantly trying to I don't like it. I call it the red bubble of death, right? The little notification bubble. And so you can turn that off, however you want. On my phone, I don't like it. So I turn the notifications off. But however you can stay focused, you guys need to be serious about your work hours. So figure out when those hours are going to be for you, and then get to work and actually be focused. and work like you have a boss looking over your shoulder, right? Only the cool thing is the boss is you. You're the boss, right? Everybody look up here and go, I'm the boss. I'm the boss, right? It's the best feeling in the world. I'm the boss. But you do have to boss yourself around to do some of those important things. It's really easy to just be like, oh yeah, I don't have a boss, so I'm just gonna do it whenever I feel like it. But doing those things when you feel like it, not gonna happen, right? You do them on a schedule and you do them daily. So if you haven't, I know you guys have probably heard of the Slight Edge, right? Slight Edge is your best friend. Go back and reread it. It's like at least a yearly reader because it will get you refocused on doing your income producing activities. I mean, I'm sure that the leaders in Beachbody that are at high ranks, like, didn't get to those ranks by crafting the perfect social media post for like 45 minutes to an hour and a half, and it just wasn't quite perfect. So they're sitting there. It doesn't have, like, people, they're cranking it out, right? They're cranking it out and they're being efficient and they're doing what they know they have to do. They took action and they did it consistently. And that's what that Slight Edge talks about. And it really just boils down to the amount of work that you're willing to do, okay? Which brings me to my next point, which is you're stuck because you're expecting huge results with little effort. This business is an investment in your future, okay? Do you guys all understand, like, what you're building with network marketing? And that's not even just Beachbody, and it's any network marketing where you can truly make money. It's you're building residual income. So the potential there it's amazing. It's huge. So the thing is, you're going to have many months in your business that you're not going to get paid what you're worth. So don't even waste any time trying to figure out your hourly salary, because that's pointless, right? Because you're going to work your tail off for quite a while before you're going to see a profit, right? And you're laying the foundation, and then you're going to reap the benefits. So let's just pretend like you're like, well, I'm going to start a real business, right? I'm going to go downtown and I'm going to start a coffee shop. I'm going to work my life away. Okay, we'll just forget about it. But that is, like, if you're doing that, would you expect to make a profit within your first week? No, that would be absurd. Like, people would laugh at you if you're like, yeah, I'm totally going to be making tons of money right away. Because most people know that when you start a business that you don't make tons of money right away. This is not a get rich quick scheme. I like to call it a get rich forever scheme, because that's what you're doing, is you're laying the foundation to have residual income for the rest of your life. Let's see here. I get excited and I get ahead of my notes. Yeah, one of the main problems that I see, let me take a drink, in this business is that people quit before they even get started, right? They haven't even got to the good stuff and they're dropping off like flies. They've had faulty expectations of what would be required of them to be successful. And I don't know, it probably, like, there's a lot of network marketers that they put this out there, like, you know, come be on my team, make $1 million, you know, and it's very flashy, and they give all of our companies like kind of a bad name because it makes it look really, really easy, right? But it takes longer than just 3 months to lay that solid foundation. It takes longer than 6 months. And really, your first year is it's a preparation season. I like to say at least 3 to 5 years is what you're looking at to really lay the foundation for, like, solid residual income. And that sounded like a long time to me in the beginning, but that's where we're at. Like, we're at year 3. And even though, like, we're at the top rank, we're still, like, engaged daily. And I can see it being like by year 5, you know, we're looking at more residual type stuff, right? And so it's pretty consistent with that 3 to 5 years, which is similar to a regular business, like a sticks and bricks type business downtown. But the key to success there is that you need to dive in with both feet and be a student, be patient with yourself. And success is going to depend on your willingness to fail and doing things that are scary and out of your comfort zone. Okay, you're going to get out of it what you put into it all the way. So just going back to that, you're expecting huge results with little effort. Okay, it does require effort. And sometimes when you're working in your passion, it may not even feel like a job, right? That's the cool part, is that you are working hard and you're going to get those results, but it's going to take some time. Take some time. So have some patience. Number 4, you see the path to success, but you refuse to walk on it. You're like, oh, look at all the successful people going down that path. I think I'll just blaze my own trail and go down the failure path right over here. I see this all the time. People coming in and they see, like, here's the clear path to do what we're doing, okay? Post on social media, you know, about your workouts and about your progress, and here's how you communicate with your teams, and here's how you communicate with your upline, and here's the exact way to be successful. And then they decide to reinvent the wheel. They're like, I think I'm going to try it my own way. That's not what network marketing is. It's not. It's awesome because it's a system. It's a system of proven success that all you have to do is do what your upline says. And it works really, really well. You really cannot pick and choose what you want to do out of a comfort level. Okay? And when it starts to get really uncomfortable, you're like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm absolutely not doing that. That's when you know you're onto something, because the more scared you are, it means that you're going to be even more successful, because that's like our like fight or flight response. It's when you're about to have a huge, huge breakthrough. There's very specific things that you guys can do to be successful, right? And like laying those out, that's what Dan and Laura are here to do for you guys. They're not hard. You build relationships. You just be you, right? Being you is the best route. Don't try to be someone like, oh my gosh, I have to be super businessy and I have to talk a certain way that's not like me just so people think this way about me. No, because if you start doing that, you'll attract the wrong kind of people to your team and it all falls apart, right? So you want to be true to yourself and be genuine who you are so that you attract the right kind of people for your team. And then you just all bond together and it's wonderful. You know, you share your workouts, do your Shakeology, invite people to do what you guys are doing and connect them to a workout and get them in a group and support them. And then you offer them the business opportunity. If you're not offering them the business opportunity, you're like shooting everyone in the foot, not just yourself. It's just like a shooting. It's like, forget it. Like every single person can benefit from even doing it at like a lesser level, right? If you're like, I'm in it gung-ho, like everyone can benefit from it. And so you have to be willing to share that. And remember how you're just knocking on the door to see if you're interested. Don't go too far into the room. Don't freak yourself out. All you have to do is open that door. If you guys do the things that Dan and Laura tell you, get over yourself, okay? Get over yourself and your limiting beliefs, and you just keep doing the next thing. Just keep doing the next thing. You're going to find success over and over, and you're going to fall down and you're going to probably cry and it's going to be sad and you're going to threaten to quit. Okay. That's always good. Like everybody does. And then you get back up and you just do it again the next day and you do it again. And it's a fresh, brand new morning the next day. And if you stay on this train, you're going to be successful, because guess where this train is headed? Freedom Town. It's a very nice place. I'm there. I'm there, everyone. It's wonderful. Like life becomes very, very, very different when you can wake up in the morning and know that you don't have to worry about money. There's like no worries. And instead you can turn around and give that money away and bless people. Okay. So if you don't have a clear vision, and I didn't talk about too much, that money blocks, like thoughts about money, will hold you back from all success in network marketing, because there's all kinds of things connected to how you feel about money, how your parents taught you about money, all the different things. There's a book that I really like called Get Rich, Lucky Bitch. It's a funny name, but it's really good. Some of her language is like, you know, some people are like, oh, I don't know, she's kind of brash, I don't know. Like she is, but she has really good methods and concepts. Think and Grow Rich, of course, is, you know, a staple. Have you read You Are a Badass? All these women have such naughty names in their books. It's probably the #1 life changer on my team. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. A lot of them really love the Audible version because she actually reads it, and like truly, truly life-changing. But the money thing will get you every single time. So if you don't actually know what you would do with the highest like income in Beachbody, if you don't know, you have to ask yourself, like, what would I do with that? And how much is enough? It's never enough. It's never enough, because until you've helped all the people you want to help, until you've like paid off your parents' mortgage, until you've helped the orphans, until you maybe want to build an orphanage. I mean, there's so many people in the world that need help. So how much is enough, right? So that's just a little side note to ponder. It's kind of my pet topic. Okay. Number 5, your personal development game needs some love. And this is the last one. Your personal development game needs some love. It's probably likely that you guys came to Beachbody not expecting to build a business. Anybody? Is that anybody here? Like you just kind of love the workouts or the shakes or yeah. Okay. So maybe like half of you. You probably start out like, you know, doing the challenges, and I mean, the shakes are so yummy, and right, it lures you in. Then pretty soon, all of a sudden, Laura's like, no, we need to work on your personal development. What? Like I don't even know. And if it, like me, I grew up and I was obsessed with personal development books. I have so many people on my team. This is not the case. Like it wasn't their thing, and they don't even know like half the things that I'm talking about when we're going down that path. Okay. So if you've never unearthed those scary parts of your past that could help you get rid of the lies, get ready for it. Like that is the next step in your journey. Okay. And you thought maybe you were just going to get into this like workout company. It's not. Okay. It's a personal development company. That's what it is through and through. You're going to learn things about yourself that you're like, wow, I am a changed person forever. Right. And you're like, I don't know if I'm ready. You're ready. Okay. You're ready. And I want to read you something from Jim Rohn. Does that name ring a bell? Do you guys know Jim Rohn? I'm a little bit obsessed with him. I'm like a fangirl, like totally. Do you guys ever get on YouTube and look up Jim Rohn? Like you have to. I got one nod there. Good. Like I like her. Who's that? All right, Angela, you're my girl. You have to. You will die laughing, first of all, because they're like in the 80s. And so, low battery. Okay.
I'm super ghetto.
I'll fix it. She moves the scissors underneath. No, it didn't work.
The charger is broken.
Oh my gosh. You
I
ever
got
heard of
it.
duct tape?
I got it.
Okay, that's hilarious. You have to get on and watch some Jim Rohn, and you will love it. So one of his books that I absolutely love, and you can actually find it just on Google, like on Google eBooks for free, 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness by Jim Rohn. So I'm going to read you a little bit to end it up here. So here's the great axiom of life. To have more than you've got, become more than you are. This is where you should focus most of your attention. Otherwise, you might just have to contend with the axiom of not changing, which is, unless you change how you are, you'll always have what you've got. And the other thought that I love from that book is that income rarely exceeds personal development. Income rarely exceeds personal development. So sometimes your income will take a lucky jump, but unless you learn to handle the responsibilities that come with it, it will usually shrink back to the amount you can handle. So if someone hands you $1 million, you'd better hurry up and become a millionaire up here, right? So that you can handle that responsibility. And a very rich man once said, if you took all the money in the world and divided it up equally among everyone, it would soon be back in the same pockets as it was before, because it's hard to keep that which has not been obtained through personal development. So that's why a lot of times, like in network marketing especially, you'll see people really jump like to a high rank and then fall and like, you know, go way back down. Okay, and it's like because it's sheer willpower that pushed them there, not necessarily personal development. Okay, so that's why it's just like the most important thing you can focus on is personal development. It's pretty much true. Like I can fix pretty much anyone by fixing what's up in their head, and it'll fix everything in their business. Okay, so that really is the magic recipe to get what you want in life. Okay, like if you want change, you change who you are, and not like who God made you to be, but you change what you've been doing, right? And all of this, like the big shadow over all of this for me especially, is that you can't do this without a divine power in your life. So whatever you call that in your life, super, super important, because for me, God is the revealer of all the things I need to know about myself, because he made me. Okay, so he's the one that tells me, oh yeah, you need to fix that. That's messed up. That's not supposed to be there. I didn't put that there. So I want you guys to just step back and ask yourself this question. What do you want desperately to change in your life? Write it down. It can be one word, it can be a phrase, but you all have something, one thing that has to change or I might go crazy, okay? Because that is what is going to fuel you. It will. That's what's going to drive you to keep going on when you get rejected, when you have disappointments, when you hear no. Just keep on going through that. That is what, that's, you know, I like to call it like our why, or it's your purpose. It's your greater purpose. And what you just wrote down, when you conquer that and you change that in your life, you're going to have to figure out something else, like, that's going to drive you, because it will change over time. Like in the beginning of our days with doTERRA, I just wanted to pay the mortgage. I was like, oh gosh, we need more money. And so I just wanted to pay the mortgage. Well, we quickly paid the mortgage, and then I had to figure out something way bigger than myself, right? So that's what keeps driving you, is whatever you're putting out there, you know, is what you need to focus on to keep you going. Your doubts and your fears, they don't fully go away, but you can recognize them faster, right, when you do the personal development. So there's still things that come up for me even after doing this for a while and having success, but I'm able to go, oh, look at that thought coming in. Okay, you're such a nice, I'm going to just pet you and I'm going to say, oh, you're so nice, but I don't need you anymore. I don't need that thought. You're no longer needed, and I put it over here. And then I pull a new one. I pull a more empowering thought. And, you know, really, like, evil and darkness in this world are a real thing. And I happen to believe in Satan. And Satan wants to keep me especially, from changing people's lives. He wants to keep you small. He wants to keep you down, because that way you can't shine your light out there to change lives. And the more lives you change, the more lives they change. It's just like this beautiful, you know, have you ever been to like a candlelight service, right? We're just like all out and you're lighting all of those candles, and that can start with you. So I'm super excited to hear what you guys do this year. I'm going to keep an eye on you. I'm going to be stalking you through Laura, and I'm going to see how things are changing and shifting for you. Books. I was going to give you some books. So I did mention You Are a Badass. Definitely the #1 game changer for my team. The Big Leap. You guys read The Big Leap?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're new, haven't read The Big Leap, The Big Leap is like, that's another one where it's like, well, if you don't read that, I can't really work with you because it's one where you have to get really real about what's going on in your mind and your heart and what's holding you back. That book is where they talk about up-leveling, which I really love that, and it really helps people work through that concept. There's another one that someone was mentoring on my Periscope. Tara Moore. Playing Big. Does that sound familiar? Playing Big. I don't know. Remind me, and I can send it to you. But yeah, the last name is Mohr. Playing Big. I think I'm not making that up. But those would be good. But if you're gonna read one or want to start with one, you're like, I'm really excited to start something new, it's You Are a Badass. Like, for sure. Yeah, Playing Big. Okay. Yeah, but you have to, like, it has a really good tagline, so we got to find out what the tagline is. Playing Big, practical wisdom for women who want to speak up, create, and lead. Yeah. Founder of the acclaimed global Playing Big leadership program. Okay. So there's lots of good things for you guys to check out. I hope this has been helpful for you guys, and you will have a wonderful night. Take it over, Laura. You should take a fun picture. Oh, a fun picture. I like those.
That was so awesome. Does anyone else mind exploding?
I'd love to answer any questions they have too. Should we take a picture first in case they want to draw?
Sure. This way.
You gotta come up closer because your head looks small. Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Danielle, smile. Okay. Very nice. Whoops.
It's
Amber,
like
yeah, hold on. Amber was chatting. It popped up. No. Do it again.
Close that one. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, that was exciting.
So now I have
to hold my breath during that. Okay.
Oh.
This is a
the
crazy
best way that
computer.
I've found
I don't know.
to do it.
This is a crazy computer.
All right.
Windows, weirdos.
What was number 2?
I tell you. Yeah, I think it was it. You're not working on the right thing. You're not working on the right things. Yeah. Spending too much time on, I told Laura, spending too much time on picking out the perfect workout plan when you really should be on the phone
Taking the best
and on
selfie.
your social media, taking the best selfie. And for us in our business, it's organizing your oils in rainbow order. Yeah. Like you have your kids do that. My girls are really good at that. So good. All right. You guys have any other questions?
Feel free to unmute
Yeah, you can
yourself if you
unmute.
want.
What was the oils you said?
For
Remember you were
the
saying something
opposite
about
hand,
different oils.
it was
I think you said,
Douglas fir
okay.
on the back of your neck,
Okay.
and then eucalyptus like right here
Okay.
on your third eye, right
Okay.
here. It's like for insight.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't
You
have
could-
Douglas fir, but I'll have to get that.
Yeah, it's a really, really good one. I'm a little obsessed with it right now. It's really good for respiratory stuff too, but
Okay.
we diffuse that one a lot.
Like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's really sweet though. It's kind of different than white food. I don't know.
Anything else? No?
You gotta give them time. My people just sit and stare at me like this until and then I just like wait and I wait and I wait because I know somebody is gonna answer the question. So I don't know. They're just all scared. I don't bite.
What were your well, you said what were your blocks right away in the beginning?
Prejudging, for sure.
Like thinking people don't need it?
Yeah, like oh gosh, I don't think I can talk to them because I'm sure they work out somewhere else. It's not my thing. But you
Yeah.
have all those things in your head, that head talk that come up. Like for me, it would be like, well, they're on a bunch of meds anyway. I don't think they're gonna want oils, or like it would be whatever I could come up with in my head. But really, it was just an excuse. I mean, they're all like whatever's in your head is just an excuse. So that was one for sure. And that definitely, like, my best friend signed up with someone else like a week before I told her that I was doing this as a business. So don't let that happen to you. Like, you're going to have that happen. You're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I tell them about, yes, because why did they sign up? Yeah.
I was listening to the National Wake Up Call today, and he was saying that one of the top coaches, Bonnie Engel, she was saying that 70% of what she does is inviting. And how many of us, I mean, I've been there and I still am some days, are you terrified of inviting people? And it's hard to get past yourself, to just do it. Like, you almost have to, I think it was Amber DeYoung, she's not on, she says that she just like literally pulls it up, gets the message ready, and then has to just hit send and then run away because she's terrified of it.
Yeah, we do
I've
something
done that.
similar. Like, yeah, we do what's called a text flip, and like it's meant to get people out of their heads, and just it's like a quick message. Like, do you guys do anything like that?
No.
I should give you my stuff on that, but it's like you have scripts, but they're really quite short.
Yeah.
And they're just to really get especially people who are fearful, just do it.
Oh, we do have
Like,
scripts,
you
yeah.
can't, no, but like, yeah, we text
Quick.
because texts actually get to be like, what is it, 97% in 3 seconds or less or something like that. I mean, it's like ridiculous to see them that fast.
Yeah.
Um,
Does anyone use text to invite people? Or I don't, and maybe we should. It's just hard when I don't have a lot of people's phone numbers.
it's true. I mean,
That's
we're
true.
such a Facebook driven thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just tell people to communicate how you would normally communicate. If you've never reached out on Facebook to them, but you always text them, like you would text them. Yeah, like it makes sense. And you were saying, what were you just saying? Because I was going to add something to that. What was she saying before that? Fear that on the national
Inviting, or just 70%.
Oh, yeah. Because it's the numbers game, right? So truly, if you're not inviting enough people, you're not going to get the numbers that you are expecting. So something that is good when I look at the number of people that I've personally enrolled, which is almost 200 people, and I look at the people that told me that they wanted to do it as a business, it was like roughly half of them, right? Because it sounds great. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then 18% of those people hit our like foundational rank in doTERRA, like, which is, you know, it's the lowest rank that you would go for. And 10% hit the rank of silver, which is still not that high, but it's like our first leadership rank. So 10%. I mean, it's just, so 1 out of every 10 will actually do something. So are you asking enough people? And I'm talking strictly about the business opportunity right now. Like, I mean, really, because that's really where any network marketing company, that's where you start to make the income that's going to give you freedom, right? So just think about that. Usually when people are like, I can't just, nothing's working. I'm like, how many people are you actually talking to? How many people are you in front of? It's just not enough people, you know? And so amping up your influence and your activity online is going to be huge.
That just comes from having more conversations with people and getting to know them and getting them into your groups, getting them to fall in love with the products. I mean, that's really all it is. So it does take time to get to that point. But I was thinking of, in November, I was shooting for a rank so I could go to the New Leader Conference. And I think I invited about 20 people that month. And 2 said yes. Or 10%. 10%.
That's like 10%.
I was like, hey, they don't lie about these.
No.
It's so true. And the other 16 people or 17 people, I can't do math right now, but I planted seeds. And I can go back and follow up with them. So like every invite that you do, don't expect a yes. Don't expect anything, really. Like you were saying the other day, set your expectations.
Yeah, don't
super
expect
low.
anything. Like,
You're just planting seeds. That's all it is.
knocking on the door. That's it. Knock, 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 knock. Oh, nobody's home. Nobody's home. No. Oh, I think someone's home. Okay. Oh, no, just kidding. Yeah. Just get really, 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 really good at not attaching an emotional response to the outcome. Like, that's the first thing you have to get over, especially if you're in the first many months of doing this. Like, every time you get a no, you're like, oh my gosh, they hate me. I think they hate me. I think I probably ruined our relationship. No, you didn't. You didn't. They're fine. Like, they've already forgotten it. But that's what you worry about. Worry. I'm gonna be too salesy. They're gonna think I'm crazy. Yeah. And they're already moved on. So just ask.
Anything else?
I have a quick question regarding doTERRA.
Yeah.
What is the best oil for anxiety?
There are actually several, which is exciting. I'll just give you like a handful. Wild orange is going to be a really, really helpful one.
Good night.
What's that?
To go.
Oh,
You need to go. Bye.
oh,
I
bye.
have to leave. Bye, Heidi.
There's a new oil called Petit Grain that came out last September. PETIT grain, and it's like a citrusy smell. It's not like an amazing smell, but I tell you what, that can take me from like full on to just complete calm in about 5 breaths. So that one,
Wow.
there's one called Serenity. You're like, can I get some of that? You're holding out on it.
No. That's like
Yeah, no, Petit Grain is better.
Did you say green or grain?
Grain? Petit Grain.
Okay.
And then Serenity is really good. There's a rollerball called Peace. There's a non-rollerball called Peace too, but you know, it's easy to roll it on. And that has vetiver. Vetiver is very, very calming and like snaps you out of like
put you to
freak
sleep,
out.
too.
Yeah, it's good for sleep too. So.
Okay, because I just transferred off of one of my medications, and it was for anxiety and sleep, and now I'm just on sleep, and I've been noticing that my anxiety is really high.
Yeah.
So I just was curious
Yeah, there's two that, like, back when the FDA actually would let us we could say whatever we wanted. They called it liquid Xanax, and it was Serenity and Balance mixed together, like 50-50.
Okay.
And that to this day is probably one of my favorite smells just in the whole wide world. Just something about that diffused, like, and if you're at home and you have a diffuser, like, you could diffuse that as well. And it also can be used for sleep. So you could use that, like, that particular blend for all those things. But it really is just like consistently using it and like throughout the day consistently. And then whenever you feel like, okay, it's coming on, like putting it in your hands, smelling it, like breathing it in like 5 times and going on. And then it comes up again, do it again. Or you can put it in a roller ball or roll it around all the places. Yeah.
Okay. My sister's a doTERRA as well. She just doesn't do the business portion.
That's good. So you can get those then. So yeah, tell her I said Serenity and Balance.
Serenity and Balance.
Yeah, and Wild Orange, if you want to shake it up a little bit, Wild Orange is like just $10. It's not an expensive oil. It's and it's yummy and it smells good, and it's really good for anxiety.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think Ellie's gone now, but she's like, that's why my goal is 40 invites this month.
That's right. That's right.
There we go.
Yeah, it's good to set goals, right?
Yes.
So you can challenge yourself.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, thanks for jumping on, guys. And
Thank you so much.
Yay. That was awesome.
Okay. Have a great night.
Good.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.